Hi there, I am the one, and in this episode, I'll be teaching you about longitudes and latitudes. The first, latitudes. Okay, so the first one is the 0 degree latitude, which does not have any north or south degree, and is the equator. You might think it's the only place where everything's super hot, but it's not the only place. There's an entire zone where direct rays of the sun occurs. That's known as the torrid zone. I'll tell you the zones after. Okay, so this is the equator. It's 0 degrees and it has the most almost non-varying temperature in the world. That's because it's not very far away from the orbital plane. The orbital plane is it's like a circle which is around the sun. Suppose this is the sun. The orbital plane is a plane where the sun is put on. It cuts the sun halfway, and the earth is also on the plane, and the plane cuts it in half. Now that plane is known as the orbital plane, which is just not going on the equator, it just cuts it flat. The equator is a little tilted by 23.5 degrees due to the tilt in the axis. So it's the most non-varying temperature in the world, meaning in the summer it might be 35 degrees Celsius and in the winter it will be 34 degrees Celsius or something like that. Because even the winter and summer does not change that much. Direct rays of the sun can still occur. So now the next, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Let's find it. For your information, the Tropic of Cancer is on 23.5 degrees north, and the Tropic of Capricorn is on 23.5 degrees south of the equator. So let's find the Tropic of Cancer, which passes in Uttar Pradesh, I think. So let's find Uttar Pradesh somewhere over here, and the line passing through is this line. And we drag it out, and it's this line. Can you see it? I don't think it's visible in the video, but there's a line. That's 20.5 degrees. That is the Tropic of Cancer. I'll tell you why it's placed just after, in a moment. Okay. The Tropic of Capricorn is 23.5 degrees south. So that's over here. You see the line? You can see the text, right? Tropic of Capricorn. You can't see the text, but you can see the lines. Okay, so you can see this. That's the Tropic of Capricorn. Most of the countries are located in the northern half, and the population is more in the northern half, so we don't know exactly I don't know which exactly state it goes through. Okay, so now, is it a coincidence that the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn are 23.5 degrees north and south, and the tilt of the axis is 23.5 degrees? There are no coincidences in this world. The reveal. You see, 23.5 degrees is the tilt of the axis of the earth, which is here, coming up, down to here. That's the axis. So now, it's tilted 23.5 degrees. So, the zone between the 23.5 degrees north and the 23.5 degrees south is known as the torrid zone, the hottest zone. This is because always, at any time of the year, direct rays fall in the torrid zone. It never goes above, meaning the 23.5 degrees north is the maximum point in the summer, which is also known as the summer solstice. This is because the direct rays of the sun fall on the Tropic of Cancer, and the direct rays only fall on the Tropic of Cancer and don't go beyond the Tropic of Cancer to this part, which is the temperate zone. It always stays in this area. My favorite area, sun's rays, says. Okay, so Tropic of Cancer limits it in the north side. The direct rays can only go that much because of the tilt of the earth. So even if it takes one full round around the sun rays never leave the torrid zone. And the Tropic of Cancer is vice versa. The Tropic of Capricorn, oh, I keep getting confused. The Tropic of Capricorn is vice versa. It limits the direct rays of the sun in the south. Now, the next longitudes. 66.5 degrees north and 66.5 degrees south. What is 66.5 degrees north? The Arctic Circle. And was 66.5 degrees south? The Antarctic Circle. Now, the zone between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer is known as the temperate zone, and in the south, between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle is the temperate zone, again, also known as the north temperate zone and the south temperate zone for corresponding hemispheres. Okay, so next, is it a coincidence that 90, which is from the equator to the pole, minus 23.5 degrees, which is the tilt of the axis of the earth, is equal to 66.5 degrees? There are no coincidences in this world. The earth is very special. Okay, so let's see. Is it a coincidence? No, it's not. So, the explanation. The Antarctic Circle and the Arctic Circle are located in 66.5 degrees north and south because it limits the normal rays of the sun. It's not direct, it's not completely away. So it's like this. This is direct, straight, coming straight towards the earth, the center, which is the torrid zone. Slanting, 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 straight, and not at all. This side is not getting any. This side, not at all. The North Pole and the South Pole. The South Pole is receiving sunlight, but the North Pole is not. You can't see the whole globe. Okay, fine. So, when the Earth revolves around the Sun, due to the tilt of the axis of the Earth, when it revolves, some parts get different amount. So, seasons occur. And in this, a temperate zone it varies a lot, but never actually is becoming too hot or too cold. Suppose if the normal temperature is 20 to 30, from 20, 21, 22 some days, and then some days will be 29, 30 in summer. The summers and the winters are more like stronger here. Their influence is more because they are farther from the equator, which means when it revolves around the sun, the tilt changes and direct rays don't come, but the rays are not completely away, or it's just kind of slanting. So it's known as a temperate zone because it's never too cold, it's never too hot, it's always just the same, 20 to 30 degrees Celsius approximately. Next, the frigid zones. North frigid zone, south frigid zone. Frigid, it means solid, hard to break, frozen. So, where are the frigid zones located? The frigid zone is located here, you can see, and here, you can't see, because Antarctica is a continent. However, there is no continent here. Sometimes the water freezes and creates the Arctic, which you might think is a continent, but there's no land. It's just a big floating ice blob, iceberg. So, let's see. What's so special about the frigid zone? There's no latitude important in it. There's no longitude important in it. There's longitude important in it because the longitude cuts everything. So there's one longitude, two longitudes important in everything. So let's see. Why is the frigid zone so epic? It's because the frigid zone experiences 6 months of day. Oh, I reversed it. 6 months of day and 6 months of night. The penguins have to adapt, and they do. This is because the tilt of the earth. So suppose the sun is over here. Okay, sun is over here. Okay? So then the south pole, which is here, receives little bit sunlight. But the north pole does not. This is the sun. Wait. No. But this is the sun. So it receives sunlight. But the north pole, which is away and far, cannot. Because the rays from the sun just go here. Why can't? Rectilinear propagation of light. Light does not bend if you don't meddle with it. So it goes here. It can't get to the north pole because the north pole is not in the line with the light. So the north pole experiences winter for 6 months before the earth takes 1/2 of a revolution, which is the full revolution is of 12 months. Half a revolution will be 6 months. So 6 months will be away from the sun, and the sun will be rising and setting every 6 months, and the sun will be going so slow. But remember, it's not going to be very hot. Not like if the earth stops spinning, then it will be very hot. No. The sun is very dim. It never goes much above and down. It just goes up. Doesn't even go comes back. Not very pleasant. Very cold. Very, very cold. So, the same thing happens in the winter. Vice versa. When South Pole experiences winter and the North Pole experiences summer. This is because the North Pole faces the sun. Suppose the North Pole is here, right? Sun is here. But, yeah. So, the North Pole is here and the sun is here. Rays come and meet. So, it's summer over here. 6 months of summer. And South Pole is not facing the sun, meaning there is no way for South Pole is right here. And there is no way for the light to reach it. So, it's 6 months of coldness and darkness. The globe is awesome. Now in the next episode I will show you about the time zones. And as always, thanks for watching.